Sundar, just take us through exactly the way this is going to work out for what was expected, what was unexpected, and yes, the senior players who better watch out.
Well, indeed, the seniors do better watch out. But for now, Akash, the indication is the selectors have gone with the tried and tested. There isn't Gotti is there still, despite not having got a Test 100 for 3 seasons. He's there in that opening pair along with Virender Sehwag. And Yuvraj Singh is the big news. We all expected him to come back in the middle. Suresh Raina, incidentally, has got the axe. He's not there in this 15. Harbhajan Singh has also been given another opportunity by the selectors. And of course, Murli Vijay has come in place of Badri. So the selectors have packed in that extra opening option along with Ajinkya Rahane there. We've got Nikhil Chopra here in the studio as well. But before going to Nikhil, we've got Anshuman Gaikwad, a former chief selector, on the phone line with us. Mr. Gaikwad, your analysis of Sandeep Patil and his team's first big selection. Do you think they've got it right, spot on there? They've got 3 changes, Yuvraj understandably coming in, but they've also given Murli Vijay an opportunity there in place of Badrinath, adding that extra opener.
I think it's perfectly right. I think they've got everything right. You must have, Murli is a very good opening batsman. He's got all the technique, all the ingredients opening batsman require. So I think that's a very good choice. Yuvraj, it was not surprise because, he got runs in the recent games, Ranji Trophy and other games. And I think he's in form and he has to be determined to get back after such a serious illness and perform. I think it's just amazing. It's out of this world. I would sort of give 100 out of 100 to Yuvraj.
Well, indeed, Yuvraj's comeback has been truly fairy tale for India. Just about a year back, he missed out in that Kolkata test against the West Indies, and it just went all downward for the Southpaw, but he's really roared back, coming back into the one-day squad of that game in Vizag, in Chennai, then that World 2020 Duleep Trophy, double turn of perfect all-round performance against England. Nikhil, Yuvraj Singh is truly the toast of the nation. A perfect opportunity for him to resurrect his test career now.
Well, absolutely. And I just hope that with this new selection committee that's in place now, that it's not just a matter of 1 or 2 test matches. He's coming back, he's in top-notch form. Hopefully he can go out there and get 100 in his first innings that he goes in place. But, like 37, 38 test matches that Yuvraj has played, he's been given 1 opportunity here, 2 opportunities here. I hope he gets a fair run now for him to go out there and show the world that he's good enough a player to consistently get runs even at the test match level, because everybody just keeps putting that tag on him that he's a fantastic one-day player, but his record in test matches is not so good. I just feel that he hasn't had a fair run, but now is the time. He's in top-notch form. His determination is top-notch to go out there, perform at the highest level. Hopefully he can get the 4 test matches against England, and then we see him where he goes from there. But give him the 4 test matches for sure.
And what does this speak for someone like Suresh Raina, Nikhil? Take us through this. Suresh Raina got a 50 in that second innings. He's now not in that 15. Badrinath is the other middle order batsman. Both the middle order batsmen have made way for packing in that extra opener. The selectors obviously realize Gotti and Viru are the only sore points in this team at this stage because they've had such an extended poor patch. So they're packing in 2 additional openers.
Well, true. And also don't forget, there's another middle order batsman who's been consistently getting runs for India as and when he's been given the opportunity, is Manoj Tiwari. So he'd probably be feeling missed out, but at the end of the day, you can only have 15. But it's also a sort of message you can say, Sundar, to Gautam Gambhir and Virender Sehwag: you guys don't get runs, we've got replacements in the squad. So this is just to probably get the best out of them, get the guys out of comfort zone. Seniors who haven't performed for over 12 months, this is the time. Hopefully they can go out there and put their best foot forward. But this is a good move by the selectors, just to show you guys don't get runs, we've got the next in line right there.
Well, indeed, Rahane and Murli Vijay, 2 accomplished openers. They've done brilliantly in the domestic season. Murli Vijay got runs for India in the Challenger Trophy. He's also got runs in that Irani Trophy. So both them will be waiting for their opportunity. But Nikhil, the big decision is that inclusion of the second off spinner. Harbhajan Singh comes in. Yes, Piyush Chawla, he was in that test squad against New Zealand. He didn't get an opportunity. Yes, Ashwin and Pragyan Ojha will be the 2 frontline spinners that Dhoni will go to. But to give Harbhajan this opportunity, the selectors are saying, listen, we still believe you are good. You are right now the highest wicket taker in the game in world cricket, and you deserve to be in that mix.
Well, true, which is not a bad move. Think of it from the selector's point of view, with the selector's hat on your head. You say, okay, let's just try and pick the best 3 spinners in the country today. And you've got Pragyan Ojha, who's been getting wickets. You've got Ashwin, who's been phenomenal against New Zealand. Who's your 3rd best spinner? Harbhajan Singh. He might not have been picking wickets in Punjab, but look at the kind of tracks that he's been bowling. He's been a team man. He's the captain of Punjab. He could have gone and told the curator, I need rank bat Turner so that he can go out there and benefit. But that's not the best way forward. Harbhajan is a team man. He'd say, whatever the strengths of Punjab are, let's just try and make wickets according to that. So in my view, top 3 spinners of the country have been picked. If there's an opportunity to play the 3 spinners, these are your best bets.
Well, indeed, you've got 3 spinners there who can certainly go out there and do India proud. We've got Chetan Chauhan now on the phone line with us. So many thanks for joining us here on Headlines today. Your first reaction to the 15 that have been picked. 4 openers in that squad. Sehwag and Gambhir of Delhi, and you've got Murali Vijay and Ajinkya Rahane, the reserve openers in that squad as well. Harbhajan Singh makes a comeback, and so does Yuvraj Singh.
Well, I would say this is a decent team. There was not much to choose from. Most of the players, they had made their own positions, and they were retaining their positions, and especially after the tour of New Zealand, the only question was of place 6. And Yuvraj, since he had done very well in the zone game and also did well against the trial game or a practice game against England. So he has come back and is very, very creditable, and I'm very happy for him.
Well, Chetan, your thoughts on the Indian bowling combination? Zaheer Khan, we know there were some fitness concerns for him in that game for Mumbai against Railways, but the selectors have picked him along with Umesh Yadav and Ishant Sharma, the 3 pacers who did duty during that New Zealand series. Ishant obviously didn't get a game. Are you convinced of the bowling attack overall?
Well, I don't think besides these 3 people, they were in the running and they had done well, and that is the reason these 3 people have been picked up. I would have said, considering the form of Irfan Pathan, maybe if they wanted a fast bowler all-rounder, they could have considered Irfan Pathan. Because according to me, he is the only genuine fast bowler all-rounder in India. Of course, we've got another youngster, Bhuvnesh Kumar from UP. He's done well in the Dilip Trophy game. But considering the experience of Irfan Pathan, I thought the selectors could have considered him and may take him, may consider him again if they can't face the selectors.
Well, true. Remember, this squad is just picked for the opening test in Motera. So the likes of Irfan Pathan, Manoj Tiwari, and the others who were right there in the fringes to making that test squad, they need not lose heart. They can just continue playing in domestic cricket, do what they do best, get those runs, get those wickets, and hopefully catch the selectors high. But for now, Sandeep Patil and his team have done the big distance. Chetan, do you think packing in those 2 extra openers is in a sense a subtle message to Gambhir and Sehwag as well, that listen, we know you are the best opening pair in this country, but you've gone through a reasonable patch without getting runs. So we have 2 backup options in that 15 as well.
Well, yes. At the moment, I would say Viren Sehwag and Gautam Gambhir, they have done well. They're averaging around 51 for the opening pair and 8 partnerships. So they've done well. Yes, I do agree that in the past few matches they've given a good start. But then they are both very determined players, and I'm sure they will come back very strongly.
Well, Chetan, stay with us. We've got former chairman of selectors, Syed Kirmani, also joining us on the phone line. Syed, sir, many thanks for joining us here on Headlines today. Your first thoughts, do you think you'll give 10 out of 10 to the selectors for this 15 that they've picked?
Yes, I think I'm pretty convinced about the 15 they have selected. I'm sure they would have looked into the current form of the senior cricketers, at the same time their experience, which makes a world of a difference on the impact on the opposition. Whatever may be the opposition, you've got to have the experienced players coming in, though they might be not at the topmost form of theirs. But at the same time, I think there is a good backup with the youngsters in the format. So I suppose this is a very fair selection according to me, and that's how the selection committee thinks about it and looks into the future at the same time. You see, you cannot be flooding youngsters immediately just because they are in top form in the current season or in the previous season. You see, there got to be a proper kind of a grooming for the youngsters to take the place of the seniors. So I think generally an overall view of the selection, what has taken place, I think it's a very fair selection.
Sir, Dhoni clearly relying on experience, the tried and tested, the tried and trusted have got another nod. But your thoughts on Yuvraj Singh's comeback? Dhoni did kind of express reservations last week when he said it was important for Yuvraj to gauge his fitness for the 5-day game. But do you think Yuvraj has done enough to earn this test comeback at Dilip Trophy, double ton, a 5-wicket haul against England? He's really looking at raising his game week after week since he's come back from cancer.
Yes, of course. I think Yuvraj has got talent in abundance and promise in abundance, no two ways about it. So on that count, I think this talented lad has been brought back because of his promises in the past, and of course it all requires on the temperament part of it, which he was lacking in between here and there, and I'm sure he'll come out of it very quickly. And I suppose this is on a very compassionate ground that he has to be considered for what promise, what talent, and what work he has done, and what human service he has done for cricket.
Well, true. Finally, Mr. Kirmani, overall, Harbhajan Singh getting an opportunity. He's not done much in domestic game, but clearly the selectors believe he's done enough in the past to be in that mix. Though Ashwin and Ojha will be the two frontline spinners, by giving him this opportunity, they're trying to give him confidence that he's still very much in their sights, in their vision for the season ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Harbhajan Singh's experience and for what he has done in the past should be considered. The experience and the kind of name and fame he has brought to the country for himself and the country. You see, those things have to be put into the front line and should be considered. And this is what the selection committee must have thought about it. And even if I were to be in their places, I would have had the same kind of thought for Harbhajan Singh, because you cannot just ignore the experience and the effort and the name which they have done and the work which they have done for the country. So you cannot just straight away, Ashwin is there already, no problem at all. So on those basis, I think Harbhajan Singh's comeback is also a very fair selection, and I'm sure that with his experience, the youngsters need to learn from the experienced players, my dear friend. But this is what is very important, to keep the experienced players. They're not bad at all. It's just that it's the cycle by itself which falls on even the most experienced and the topmost player, the bat form comes in.
Right.
And then out of the bad form, they definitely come out on the good times at the same time. So this is a cycle by itself which we have to be considering. And I congratulate the selection committee for the good job.
Well, indeed, former cricketers, they're giving an overriding thumbs up to Sandeep Patil and the new selection committee for going out and persisting with the old guard. But there'll be many in this country who believe that the selectors have resisted from biting the bullet. Do you remember, these are the four on your screen who missed out. Piyush Chawla obviously is not fit enough to get there. But Manoj Tiwari, he's done plenty to deserve an opportunity in the test side. He got a good knock there for the India side too, but he's missing out. Suresh Raina, despite having got that half century, he's made way for that fourth reserve opener in that squad, Ashok Dinda, Nikhil. He is another speedster who's done well time and again, but the selector's still backing Ishant Sharma, who's not had great success neither for your state side Delhi this season.
Well, I guess he was out because of an injury. He's back. He was part of the 15 in the test matches against New Zealand. I guess as a backup plan, the three best quick bowlers at this moment in time would be Zaheer Khan, Umesh Yadav and Ishant Sharma. Dinda has done exceptionally well even in domestic cricket. So I'm pretty sure come this season, Dinda will most certainly be given an opportunity, because playing test matches at home, Sundar, we've seen, and the past record says also, one of the quicker bowlers will break down. When you're bowling consistently 30-35 overs a test match, it's not easy bowling in these conditions.
And it's important for India to start the series well. A victory at Motera would set the tone for the season. It's important to have your best players that you believe can go out and do the job at the start.
Well, you need to have a big enough, solid enough punch in that very first test match just to go out there and shake the opposition. Welcome to India. You win with a convincing margin, and then the opposition always looking to play catch up. So it's important you pick up those 20 wickets. It'll be ideal case and scenario. Even if the quicker bowlers go out there and get a couple of wickets here and there, but the bulk of the wickets will have to come from the spinners. We'll have to see. Motera, ideally, good batting conditions, but how the track's been prepared, because we know Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been, asking for turning tracks. So if the wicket is pretty dry, that's why Harbhajan Singh's picked. So maybe you have a case and scenario where you play one medium pacer and three spinners.